Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we're talking about $17 trillion of debt. That's right, the consumers in America. And there's other factors going on as well. But we have to have solutions, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to have debt, but I know the numbers don't lie when it says X amount of people are living paycheck to paycheck. So what do? You grab those credit cards. You get those loans. You get those payday loans. You're grabbing loans. You refinance your house just to stave off the inevitable. So we need to get extra streams of revenue in the door. But let's talk about this dire warning that I've been talking about for the last 3, 4 years. And welcome. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Please share the videos because you never know who needs this information that can help them in the long run. Because the bottom line to the story is we need to reduce our debt as fast as possible, not just reduce it a little bit by paying minimums, but you need to pay a little bit more than minimums to reduce your debt. All will be fine in about a year when the Federal Reserve and central banks reduce the interest rates. But for the next year, interest is going to rise and it's going to cost you more money. You don't want to do that. So try to pay it down and stop wasting your money. All right, that's the first things. Now let's get into it because we got to go to the Stop Struggling Now YouTube podcast channel page. And please notice that we have members of the channel here. And as a member, they receive special messages under the community tab. How do you become a member? Hit the join button, not the subscribe button. And under the community tab, they receive special messages specifically for them during the month. They receive 1 or 2 videos specifically for them during the month. And they can join me on any live stream on screen and discuss any matter. And they can be the only ones in the chat room on the Wednesday night live streams. Now, let's get into the forefront. More than half of all Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, according to a new report. I'll have this down below in the description if you want to read this article from April 28th. So when people are out here talking about all is fine, everything is great, just remember every other person you walk by is living paycheck to paycheck. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck, then what do you have to do? You're going to have to start reaching for credit. So then you can make that low payment over a long period of time, and it just keeps going up and up and up. There's never any end in sight. Now, here's the other part. 73% of American millennials living paycheck to paycheck, financial report shows. This also would indicate that down the line, there's going to be less taxes coming in. And remember, the millennials are the lower age group, about 30 million of them to 40 million of them. And if they can't put money into taxes, then there's not going to be any infrastructure. There might not be any social security money. There might not be any bailout monies for anybody. There may not be anything such as those COVID checks that used to come in, stimulus money. All of that goes bye-bye, and therefore we are in a world of hurt. And that's why I had to bring that up, because here is the situation. Consumer debt passes 17 trillion for the first time despite slide in mortgage demand. That's right, because mortgages is where most of debt comes from, and it's a higher number. Homes are 400 grand, 300 grand, 500 grand, 800 grand. So that matters. And when you understand that mortgage demand has slid and yet it has reached a record 17 trillion, and guess what? It's going to be climbing. It's not going down, ladies and gentlemen. So what does that mean? You need investment vehicles so your money can work while you're sleeping or while you have your first job or may have a second job. You need that money working. So what do? You put yourself in position to get extra streams of revenue. You can do it simply in this day and age because there's a computer here. You can do anything as long as you have that phone, which is a computer in your hand. A powerful business in a phone is in your hand mostly every day, every hour of the week, and you can turn that into a monetary situation. Now, down below in the description box, I'll have where you can get yourself some stocks, where you can get Robinhood and Webull. They'll give you free shares of stock. That'll be down below in the description. You can look at that. You can also look at some crypto projects that is passive income as well that you can look into. But again, you want to keep yourself being able to look out for opportunities that you can get extra income coming in. Look at this. Total consumer debt hit a fresh new high in the first quarter of 2023, over 17 trillion. Here it is again. You have to understand when the Federal Reserve raised the interest rate 0.25% or 25 basis points. Okay, just so everybody understands, because some people will go, what does he mean 0.25? Other people will say, what does he mean by 25 basis points? That's the same thing. 0.25% is 25 basis points. All right. Now, because they've done that, and if they do it again, which I think they might, then that means this debt is going to rise even higher because that affects you. Prime rate plus whatever the financing arm that you borrowed from adds on. So therefore, if it goes up 0.25, they have to increase yours. So that's how it works. Now, new loan originations, just for everybody who thinks housing is somehow miraculously going to continue to rise. New mortgage originations, including refinancing, totaled just 323 billion, the lowest level since the second quarter of 2014. So these interest rates are taking a toll on mortgage originations, meaning new loans. So that is a good thing in my opinion, because we do need some sort of stabilization and market correction. So I want you all to understand, this is why it's called Stop Struggling Now. So you understand what you are working against and what you need to do and not follow the crowd. You need to not follow the crowd and take a U-turn. So you need to start thinking, how am I going to get extra revenue in my pockets by spending the same amount of money? It is possible. So please watch us on the live streams where you can come in and ask questions. We have entrepreneurs, we have business owners, we have financial analysts and people in the house who chime in occasionally. So don't miss those live streams when you can have questions. You can start talking about what your business does, and you never know, you might have somebody that's interested in your business, and therefore you can get new customers. So don't miss those on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings. Search your local YouTube channel, Stop Struggling Now, for that. All right, it's that simple. So we're going to wrap this up. I just had to talk about that real quick because simply this is what's going to bring down 50 to 60% of the population if you have not already put things in place, or if you're not starting to put things in place to earn extra income. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, and that's why you have to do whatever it takes. If you're an expert in whatever field, everybody's an expert in something that you're doing, then you might have to start delving into video, whether that's going to be Instagram, TikToks, YouTube, but you can monetize yourself that way. You have knowledge, so use it. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.